Well, this is Secrets of Mirage Village season of random breakout, kiddos. Let's hope our luck will be better this time. I think because of what I did last episode, I wanna. Yeah, let's vote. I'm going to go for what do you call it? Ooh, you know, never mind. Never mind. I was about to say maybe we could go for fireworks play because I really want to play fireworks, but you know what? Who cares at this point? Ah? Oh, sure. Wait. What? Oh, oops. I accidentally pressed the wrong button. Well, not like I can go back on that, so there's that, I guess. Butterfingers, maybe, but or just call them fat fingers. It's more like, you know, the double deluxe chicken human tendies, apparently. It's what I have. I'm not sure if that makes sense, but hardly like anything I do makes sense either. Speaking of which, my Wi-Fi doesn't like to make sense too, you know? I guess, like, pet-like owner, I do suppose. And I'm the pet to my Wi-Fi because I am a slave to the internet. Well, that aside, I'm serious. I planned to record like 2 hours ago, but the whole time my Wi-Fi was just not working. I don't know why. It said it couldn't find the IP address, but I kept reconnecting and connecting again, but it just didn't work. So I figured I'd just wait until it's over, maybe just a temporary thing. And it was. So now 2 hours later, I am here, and my Wi-Fi is back. Fortunately enough. Not that I can't record that Wi-Fi. I could technically just like take up my mobile data and just start doing that, but at the same time it's also like not exactly worth it, you know? I mean, like, hey man, I'm not gonna spend more money on this stuff. Mobile data is expensive. Hello? If I get paid to record stuff, maybe, but no. This is like me and Faye, alright? Free all the way, pirated content, because that's how shit my commentary is. Okay, let's stop that. My throat is a bit dry now because I did take a nap just now, but whatever. Before I started waiting for my Wi-Fi to get back on, I was taking a nap. I didn't expect to wake up so early though. Usually my brain is a bit more on the let's make you sleep like 14 hours a day type, so you know, I can't tell whether it's a pleasant surprise or if I'm gonna be sleeping at like 11 tonight and wake up at like 12 tomorrow morning because of that, but we'll wait and see, I guess, you know. My body is my body except when it isn't, and it loves to torture me, you know. Alright, there we go, 215 million. Not too bad, I guess, considering it's muscle cookie we are getting right now. So there's that. All these are good cookies, but nobody has above that I would personally really vibe with, if you get what I'm saying, but there's that. Now, blast mode speed plus 8%, I will take it since it, you know, jibes quite well with my little epic buff we have already of 5%. Or was it 6%? I think they buffed it. 6% of, speed where it consumes blast jellies. There we go. My god. Unicorn cookie just feels so slow in some sense when you're using their skill, I guess. Kind of because there's nothing else to really do, so you're just stuck there watching your character just slowly float across the screen, you know? I mean, I'm not one to, you know, complain for more speed, you know, because I'm me, the absolute incarnate of sloth apparently, but other than that though, yeah, it's pretty obvious that the slowing speed is here though. I guess it's because I'm used to seeing like characters speed up when it consumes their skills, you know. I guess maybe the next time they might consider giving Cream Unicorn a buff. By they I mean like the devs. They're probably gonna give them what do you call it again? Yeah, a speed boost probably, along with the original like buff to points. So there's that. Yeah, buff to points of our pets, and also the cookie themselves, and probably a speed boost for their skill too, because kind of unacceptable for a cookie if you want them to be in a meta, you know. Speaking of which, I quite appreciate the, like, I may not vibe super well. I don't know why I'm using the word vibe so much today. What the heck? But anyways, I may not like, you know, vibe really well with devs' like monetization systems and the all the stuff they keep doing about that, but you know, it is what it is. I do have to say, I do appreciate the representation in terms of like non-gendered characters they have, you know. I mean, sure, it's just a little bit, but as a non-binary, it just makes me feel kind of seen. You know, I really love the fact that Cream Unicorn isn't like arbitrarily given a gender or anything. It makes sense for Unicorn, a mystical, magical being. You know, canonically speaking, even in lore, to be like ungendered. So I really like that. I really appreciate it. But in terms of money, probably not. But I guess we do live in a capitalistic society. I mean, what else could I expect? But come on, man. You know, games and all. Like, I would watch your ads and give you money, devs, if you weren't so like stringent on the whole, you gotta earn this much and this much money. So let's, I guess, push in another random legendary cookie out of nowhere. I don't really think that like my opinion in terms of like the newer legendaries just not having that same sort of grandeur of the old ones is really that isolated of a sort of opinion, you know. Like, I saw it once also in a comment underneath a Korean video of this dude, I don't know, Jongdae. He plays Cookie Run basically almost solely like what I do with my YouTube channel, with like a few other different games kinda sparsed in here and there. I quite like his content. I've watched him for a long time, you know, a few years at this point, you know. It's a shame he isn't more well known, but it is what it is. But it seems he's doing pretty well for himself, so whatever. Not like he really needs my well wishes, I do suppose. I don't actually understand Korean, but I still like watching anyways. It feels nice. Like comfort videos, you know? You just watch them. And sure, I may not understand what's going on, but I still like his edits and personality. But, you know, that aside, yeah. I think it's partly, you know, it's because of the fact that they're so like, how do you call it, focused on the whole monetization thing and earning money that these new legendaries just really they don't feel like they have that much thought put into them, other than just like, we need to get money, you know, with this. So you give them like magic candies that don't really fit, you know, that don't really feel like they're really unique. Like the recent magic candies for other like normal epic cookies too, they just give you kind of points, honestly, and they don't actually add anything new to the cookie outside of that, which is a shame. Not for me to be one to say things like the old days was so much better, but this is one of those cases when it really is like that, because like as the game slowly progresses, you can tell they really started focusing more on like the money stuff, you know. So now legendaries, you can kind of tell they're mostly made just for money and stuff. So not a big fan of that, I'll be honest with you. Okay, alright, 2 steps. Just luckily I got into Lotus skill. Mr. Lotus, my favorite. Okay, will I have enough for a last minute skill activation? Let's hope. Maybe. Okay, 1, 2. Yay, there we go. Let's double jump manage to get us a skill activation. Pleasantly surprised by that. Thank you very much. Now there we go. Yep, 1, 2. There we go. Number 9, 862 million. Thank you very much, my dear Lotus. I love them so much. Honestly, I'm so lucky I got. Oh, sure. I'm so lucky I managed to get their. Ooh. Who did I vote? Oops, centipede. I'm so lucky I managed to get, like, oh. I need to stop getting interrupted. To get their skin, honestly, Lotus is just so gorgeous. You want to sure, of course. A random Oh. For bear jellies too? While I have a fireworks. That epic buff that I got from. Oh. I'm honored, my dear. Thank you very much. Oh. Honey, you don't have to do this, you know? I'll befriend you even if you don't give me legendary buffs. I do have to say, you know, it's quite a good motivator to pick you as a best friend if you're gonna give me legendary buffs. Oh, my natural human nature of sellout is shining through the cracks right now, isn't it? If I sound a bit weird today, I guess that's because I saw my doctor a few days ago, and now I'm into the whole like. I started retaking my Ritalin again, and sure, you know, I have some side effects and whatever, but like, you know, just clench your butt cheeks and get through with them, you know. I mean, I didn't ask if there were other alternatives, but apparently all of them are more like. They're not as effective, I guess, which makes sense. Or whatever. It's just body problems for you, I guess. You know? Speaking of body problems, you know, I like how I looked through a bunch of my poetry, like a lot of my poetry, like the one from years ago, you know, recently, because I wanted to like submit stuff for a magazine. Just for funsies sake, and like, wow, okay, let's take this epic buff. What did I say again? Oh, who are you? Oh, sure, centipede cookie, sure. So I've got both. All right, that's cool. Thank you. Right, what did I want to say again? I need to stop doing this. This is why I need medicine. Oh my lords. But that aside, though, Herb is actually really good as a cookie, especially with his skill, since he helps us magnetize all the like fireworks for bear jellies that we usually aren't able to get. A bit unfortunate it isn't happening right now, but yeah, it's pretty good for his skill. And also he's just meta, you know, I guess he just gives us more points in general. So that's cool. Yeah, and helps us with sucking up all these bear jellies at the Oasis bottom here that float away from us, so that's cool though. Thank you very much, Mr. Herb. But that aside, yeah. So I was talking about my poetry, and I like how I can really tell, like, the further I go back, you know, the more I can tell, like, when I was being, like, really experimental. Like, most of my earlier poems have this sort of, like, they're a lot more shorter, I would say, and a lot more experimental in the fact that they play around a lot more with capitalization and non-capitalization, as well as just being a bit more short in general. Like I've said, some of them are like one lines or two lines, or they have like a lot of spacing, you know, in that sense. So they're really, you can tell, yeah, I was really just trying out new things and seeing what worked for me. I mean, nowadays, for my poetry, kind of all looks similar and around the same thing, you know? Because I've kind of found what I'm more comfortable with and what I'm more interested in doing, I guess. But it is fascinating to see how I used to write poetry all the way back then. So that's cool. Am I still the same person as I was back then? I mean, I don't know. That's not really a question for me to mull over, I do suppose. After all, I'm not God, who knows? We are never really the same people we used to be all the way back then, aren't we? You know? Every moment that passes, you know, every second, every more breath that we take, we were never the same in the first place. it's impossible for anything to last forever, you know? I mean, no matter how you wish for things to be able to last forever, that's just how it is. I mean, life is transient and happiness even more so, you know? That aside, I'm having a lot of lag right now, but fortunately enough, I do have, I guess, a skill activation, so it's not too bad, I do suppose. And the map here isn't like that hard, all things considered, you know, except for when it comes into terms of like coins or whatever. But other than that, it's pretty decent, I guess. You know, they don't require you to make any like particularly tricky jumps, in my opinion. So there's that. Okay, 1, 2. There we go. 1,000, yay! 1,000 coins for some million points. And I've missed a bunch of fountain fireworks there, which is unfortunate. But oh well. 1, 2, there we go. 672 million, not bad, not bad. Alright, let's see. No, none of these are really that good, I'll be honest with you. We probably want... What? No, not the package shop, go away. Wow, why do I have so many fireworks? I didn't mean for this to turn out to be a firework run, but it seems that the game is adamant on giving it to me anyway, so... Alright then, alright. Sure. Okay, this is cool. 20,000 points. So at the very least, we will be able to survive a bit without Centipede Cookie's help. Unfortunately, with my gaming skills, I am slightly concerned about the fact that we are missing a lot of gems up there, firstly. And secondly, the speed, it's not going to partner well with all this lag I'm kind of getting currently, so probably should think about that. It's a bit of a shame that Chili Pepper's buffs don't act out, I guess, if that's the correct terminology. Probably not. In like a bonus time where Centipede's buffs apply unequivocally, so basically in bonus time or not, you still get the points across all bad jellies, which is, I guess, just another pro for just voting for Centipede. Yeah. But life, or apparently the devs is God sometimes, just want you to vote for money, and by money I mean just like Chili Pepper, you know. Is this a sign I should spend money? Probably not, but this is a sign that monetization practices. I'm never gonna stop complaining about it until the day I die, alright? Come on. Cause I'm broke, alright? If I wasn't broke, I wouldn't exactly have a reason to complain, you know? It's that sort of thing. The more privileged you are, the less reason you have to complain, really. And so you get a bit more irritated when people can't help but compare, so. Just makes me think about that one friend of mine, I guess. She's just super well off, I guess. Like, to the point that I probably couldn't ever imagine it, I do suppose. And she said she liked it here in my country because people didn't protest, you know. my followers snagged in this vote for me. Oh my god. That's interesting. She just sneaks a little 2 more votes in when you choose her. Oh, adorable. Anyways. But yeah, she likes it here because it's quiet and people don't complain, but like it's really, you know, not that there's no issues, it's just that it's not exactly a good thing, you know, if your government is kind of having you like arresting you for holding a placard with a smiley face on it. But What do I say, man? You know, what do I know? And somehow she didn't really see much of a problem with that. So it's really interesting to see where people's priorities lie, I guess, when it comes to this kind of stuff. I guess for her it doesn't matter much because she's not part of a marginalized community in any way at all. Not in any way at all, but you know, in most effects she isn't exactly vulnerable, you know. And it's not to say, like, I'm not really accusing her of anything. I'm not saying she's bad, you know. I'm just saying it's interesting, you know, to see how, like, I guess people's priorities can just be so different. Like this. Oh my god, please stop falling into holes. Good lord. I guess better I fall into holes than get hit on the head with a concussion, but hey man, you know, hey. No, alright, wait, no, we have to continue at this point. We can't just, like, give it up. Don't jump into the knives, it is not worth it. Stop. Oh, my brain is not functioning right now. Hardly even functions on a daily basis, but still. I'll probably have to replay this, honestly. Just for the sheer fact that, like, with the amount of concussions Centipede has got, she is not running for presidential elections. You know, like, well, unless it's a country like America, then it's alright, you know. If you got dementia, you're allowed up there. It's cool, guys. The fate of our country lies in your hands, Centipede. Oh, what am I even saying? Well, time to replay, I guess, and hope I don't hit myself or burst into flames spontaneously. So let's pray for a safe and sound journey for Centipede. Oh, whoops. Okay, well, I didn't know I had a revival treasure apparently, but that's nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Oh, come on. There we go. 1,400,000,000. All right, wasn't that fruitful, milady? Centipede. All right, come on, let's move on. Wow. Okay. That's cool. Let's choose you, apparently. You have a good buff and you have 3 votes for Centipede. I guess in some sense, that kind of makes sense. I've used the word sense too much. But that aside, lack of a lexicon aside, you know, makes sense because Vagabond Cookie is a sort of cookie, well, to want everybody to do well and doesn't want anybody to go hungry. Like, he literally steals. He's like the cookie version of Robin Hood, so I guess that makes sense. Hey, how did I drop whatever? But that aside, yeah, it really does, canonically speaking, make sense that Vagabond would love Centipede Cookie because he's a big fan of the no one goes hungry. You know, he's a man of the people, you know? A true proletariat. You know? Oh. But yeah. He would never want anybody to go hungry, just like me. But he's more of an action dude, whereas I'm more of a sit in the corner and cry until someone comes up of the woodwork to help me instead of you know? The difference between cookies and people. That aside, I probably need to replay this because I did hit the obstacle no matter how good we're doing right now, so there is potential to do more at the very least. Speaking of which, the speed this guy gets when he's on his skill and getting a fire blast jelly is really good, honestly speaking. Couple that with the whole, like, exploding jellies buff that he got, and yeah, He's just a good cookie overall, especially with all the buffs we already have. So there's that. Come, let's see whether we will or will not. Let's our chosen one here get a concussion yet again. Hopefully not, but well, mistakes happen and arteries get burst sometimes, you know. A little nick on the jugular there, hey. But yeah, let's see how this goes. Yeah, speed. There we go. Ta-da! About 1,599,000,000. Not bad at all. Of course, our RNG wasn't as good as the last one, so not much Fire Blast jellies, but we did manage to just not hit ourselves. Oh, okay, this will definitely be very good. We destruction points will be very good with our blast mode. And the speed that we'll be getting, and Seafarer is just good. Like, Seafarer is just a wonderful lady, to choose. So, heart pounding, centipede cookie, give me that. Thank you. Oh my god. 260,000. No, 280,000. If we add up everything today. Sorry, if we add up everything together, not today? Yeah. Come on, give me a Fire Blast jelly, please. I need a Seafarer, like... The sea is for once, like if you get enough speed, who knows, we might even escape out of Sticky Sand's hideout. Maybe. I mean, infinity is not something the human mind can comprehend, so I'm just gonna pretend that this map indeed does not go on for infinity, and we will be able to reach the sea one day, right? With Seafarer. Sea. My puns are so good. They cannot even be submerged by the unending waves of the sea, I can see you being very annoyed at these puns about the sea, but trust me, even fairies will endorse this seeing eye of mine, able to peer past the veil of mortality and into the infinite sea of knowledge that is Seafarers. Seafarers. Unending lesbian love for moonlight. What is this channel, man? This is why I'm stagnating, bro. Bro. Whatever. But anyways. My god, this is one of the first Fire Blast jellies I've gotten in a while now. What the heck? Guess even a game must be fed up with my use of seas. It must be seeing the absolute crimes against like humanity I'm committing right now. So I see. That's why it is not letting me get more Fire Blast jellies. This is so stupid. Whatever, I never claimed to not be stupid. You know what, let's play again, man. Let's trigger some more deities out there, If I get smited by lightning tomorrow morning, just know I have done something very good. And you can see my body be cremated in a sea of flames. No! Okay, well, that was kinda on me. I did smack into an obstacle. 2 billion isn't that bad, I do suppose, but what can you do? If we pretend that episode just now just like never happened, I think all of us as a society, as a people, as a collective moral consciousness, we will all be better off. So like that's all I gotta say. Oh my god, okay, I almost fell into the same pit again. Just sinking into the sands. And I did it again. Well, this is a divine punishment, it seems. Oh. Why, with all these obstacles and how many pointy things are going into my face, it seems that I might need a seeing eye dog from now on. Okay, no, maybe stop right there, man. No. Come on, man, you can do this. Yeah, get me the at least 2 billion, please. Maybe no. It was a good run, my fellas. It was a good run. There we go. 2 billion 50. Ah, just 9 million points away. Oh my lords. Well, it's fine. It's fine. Cause we're at rank 6. Yay! Oh my god, look at these buffs. How to imagine we actually... Wow! We actually managed to get buff for almost every... We got buffs for every single cookie. How delightful. Well, that aside... That aside... Let's thank all our comrades here for running with us again today. Thank you to you too for watching me and tolerating all the stuff I've done this episode. I know, lock me up, man. I deserve to be in jail. Justice, the injustice. Well, that aside, yeah, that's it. Take care of yourself and love ya.